Welcome to another episode of Soothing Sounds Podcast, and also the final episode of the first season. This is Cameron Yan. In this episode, I will be speaking about the reason why I believe in the Creator, the reason why I believe in God, the reason why I am a believer. Now, before I get to anything else, as I've mentioned before with this podcast, this is not me providing any form of counseling. This is not me giving advice. This is just me sharing with you my story. Now, getting to the topic of conversation. Why am I a believer? Why do I believe in the Creator? Now, with this episode, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Now, my entire life, I've always been a spiritual person. Now, I've always been that type of people where through everything, mentally and spiritually, I always double checked everything, right? Whether it was my thoughts, whether it was my actions, my decisions, my words. And that was through whether I was, spiritually focused or whether I was spiritually distracted. Either way, I was a double checker, so to speak. Now, getting to the question, why am I a believer, right? Now, I grew up in a religious household, right? Where my father was a preacher and, it was in church every Sunday. But is that the reason why I'm a believer? No. Is it because of the burning sensation? No. Is it because I'm a spiritual person and I double check everything? No. Is it because of the Bible? No, not so much. Now, the reason I am a believer, throughout my entire life, I've always been that kind of person where I would always observe everything. I've always acknowledged the fact that we are only part of this creation. So therefore I always wanted to know, so the Creator himself, who is he? What is he? And if there's one thing that really stood out for me my entire life, this may sound cliche, but hear me out on this one. The reason why I'm a believer is because of love. Now notice, whenever you experience love internally, right, your vision, it becomes clear. It is an experience the world cannot provide you with. Now also I want you to notice and to really think about this, right? Whenever you experience love internally, the movement of life, the movement of existence becomes selfless. Whenever you experience love internally, your tongue becomes selfless. Whenever you experience love internally, your soul becomes selfless. Now you tell me, you go and go find a source in this world that can provide you with such an experience. Don't worry, I'll wait. Whenever you experience love internally, you become selfless. You start to acknowledge what it means. You start to acknowledge the value behind the outside once you internalize it. I said it before in my previous episode, I'm going to say it again. It's not you. It's not about you. And I really do believe that is why the Creator said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And that is why I'm a believer. That is why I believe in God.